What is up, guys? Jake from One Hive here with the next Coffee and Clash episode. As always, I won't be responding to comments in the comment section of the video, but I want you to leave me questions for the future Coffee and Clash videos, guys. I've got some great questions even saved still. So if your question doesn't get answered this video, don't be discouraged. It still might get answered on a future video. Keep the good questions coming. The first one is sort of a two-part or two-person question. The first part from Mike Morgan, a slump. It happens to the best of us. To you, even to you a while ago, what would you recommend that players do to get out of one of these, especially when you are in a war clan like Reddit Zombies, where there's always pressure to do well? I can relate, man. And yes, I have been through some terrible slumps. You guys have seen it. What tends to work for me is just to go back to the basics. Pick a base that I feel confident with and just really, hammer out every detail. Create my funnel. Make sure at all costs the funnel's created. The CC, if I'm luring it, make sure it's empty. Do all the little things right. Try to avoid thinking about the 3-star or thinking about the entire attack and just really focusing in on each step, even if it takes a little bit more time. What might happen is you run out of time, but let's say you're in a terrible slump and you get a 95% 2-star, at least you know you did everything right. You just didn't do it quick enough. Then once you feel a bit more confident, you say, okay, I know I'm getting that confidence back. Go ahead and just, continue on. Try that on another base, try it a little bit quicker, go back to doing things sort of multitasking instead of just really hammering out each detail. That's what tends to work for me. Also, Klein Clasher, Jake, what would you recommend for doing if you're in a slump? A couple wars ago, I was hogging bases for 3-stars left and right. Now I can't even get a 2-star, and I keep trying, but I just don't know what is wrong. Thanks. Sort of the same thing, man. Some people also like to go a little bit lower. Confidence and going into an attack with that confidence is a big thing. So possibly just hit a little bit lower than what you normally do. Wreck a base, get that confidence built back up, and then work your way back up the map to where you're used to hitting. Because you've got to get it's a lot of it's a mind game. It's a head game. You've got to get outside of your own head and just allow you to do the things that you know how to do. You've done these things a million times. You know how to do them. Just get back to the basics, and I think you will eventually see yourself climb out of that slump. So good luck to you guys. I know it happens to all of us. Just keep your head up and keep trying. Next one's from Skogan, COC. What do you expect in an update in 2015 that more focuses on clan wars, like clan war tournaments, and how do you expect it to work out? Man, I think this stuff is coming. I really do. With ClashCon, the whole thing is wars. They're having these little war tournaments. Granted, they're having them with not real war guys, but out of that update in ClashCon in October, let's say the October update, I think you're going to see one of or all of arranged matchups, tournaments, these mini type tournaments that they're actually doing. This could be beta testing for that, for all we know. Mini tournaments and or leagues. I think you could see one or all three of those implemented in 2015. They've got to do it. They can't leave war the way it is. It's stagnant for a lot of people. The community is left and right constantly doing their own arranged matches. So if they're not doing that, they just have their head in the sand. So I really do think they are going to. I think we're going to see it this year. So just hold out, guys. It's coming. All right, Roland XB. Hey, Jake. In our clan, we rarely see the anti-3-star bases that you face every war, so there is very little opportunity to practice surgical hogs and such. But then suddenly we get a tough war, and we just don't have the experience and practice to beat the seriously hard bases we encounter. It's really hard to do surgical when you almost never get a chance to practice it. Do you have any advice that might help us? Absolutely, because we went through this just in the last 2-3 months, guys. You remember when we first few arranged matchups we did, it was tough because we went through the same thing. All we were facing was the internet bases and these crap bases, and when you get exposed to it, it's totally different. Things that work on some bases don't work on others, and unless you practice it, you're not gonna be able to do it when you run into it. So my advice is this: join the fair play community and hammer out some arranged matchups. Expose yourself to it. You will be shocked how quickly you start getting the hang of it. Your guys start adapting to it and learning what works and having that quote practice. But you're going to have to just do it in arranged matchups. That's the only way to get good competitive wars. And I promise you, it will take you guys to the next level. You will get better. You will see it happen quicker than you think. It's something that you're going to see within 2 or 3 arranged wars, you're going to say, hey, we're doing a lot better at this stuff. So join that community, search, get in there, ask around, find a good competitive clan that you can go up against, and start doing matchups. I think you'll be glad you did. All right, another two-parter first one from Captain S. Man, Jake, some of these people just have nothing better to do than hate on you. Just referring to the last video with these people not liking my voice. Anyhow, my question is, if you were to start a brand new war clan today from scratch, how would you go about it? Do you think it's even possible to create a new clan and make it to the high-level war scene without having a YouTube or other platform you're well known? Maybe using the forums, just building it from new players over time. Thanks for your time and keep up the great vids, man. Second part of this one is from Jose Asuna. Coffee and Clash question. Jake, my friends and I made a fair play war clan. What advice do you give us to get some good recruits and get 3 stars occasionally? Guys, it is tough. I've said it before. I would not want to be I wouldn't want to be in the situation where I needed to, or that I was making a new clan at this point, because it's hard. It's hard to get new recruits, new good recruits that are 3-star ready out of the box. So many good clans out there, and so many clans that are already well known. People have their eye on these clans, and they want to get to that. They aspire to get and join these clans. And if you don't have a YouTube or a podcast or something to where they identify you, you're just a name in a sea of names. You've got to separate yourself from that. And I don't know what advice it would be. I really don't, because there's no way we have a hard time sometimes finding really good recruits, ready to go when we get them, that know what they need to know. I mean, it's just difficult. So I would say, if I was starting a new clan today, I would be ready and have the time to teach, to grow with them, to build 3-star attackers. And the frustrating part is, you're going to lose some of those. You're going to build some 3-star attackers, and they're going to turn around and apply to One Hive, or they're going to turn around and apply to North Remembers, or another fair play clan, because they are more well known, and some people just want to be in those type clans. So it's going to be a frustrating journey. It can be done, but you better have time, you better have commitment, and you need a good core. You need a group of people that can teach, that can be on, be active, that can help people become better attackers. And some of those guys are going to stay loyal. Some of them are going to move on. Some are going to stay loyal. So it's going to be a long, hard road. And if you don't have that time, probably best to save yourself some frustration and just join a clan that you're happy with. But good luck to you guys if you decide to do it. Next one's from YOLO7150. How often are first war attacks on Town Hall 9's 3-stars? Is it expected to have 3-star on first attack on each base, or is it more of a quote scout attack? No, it's definitely not expected. I mean, we're always going for a 3-star. It's never a thing to where you're like, oh, just hit that base, we'll get it scouted out, and we'll get it next time. You want to build a plan that you feel confident can 3-star. Now, that being said, people can have traps in crazy places. They can trick you. There's a lot of things that can happen on the first attack. And to say what percentage of first attacks are 3-stars, there's no way to put a number on it. It depends on the war. It depends on how good those guys' base designers are. There's a lot that goes into that. I would say in a really tough arrange war, anywhere from 10 to 25% of first attacks. In a normal farming war, anywhere from 25 to 60% of first attacks are 3-stars. So it really does just depend on, but don't treat it as a quote scout attack. Treat it as a 3-star attempt. Go for broke. I mean, have the best plan you can come up with without knowing traps, without knowing CC composition. Make educated guesses and have a plan to deal with it. And I think you'll see the percent increase if you go into it with that attitude. All right, what do we got next? Let's see. We've got Van Largig. Hey, Jake, when in your live attacks, when you 3-star all of your clanmates, say woo. When you 3-star, all your clanmates say woo. My brother's in One Hive, but I can't believe him. Whenever someone 3-star, do they always woo, or is it only when you're posting on YouTube? No, man, the woo train is real. They don't, especially like my last live attack, they didn't know I was recording that. I don't tell them that. So the woo train is a thing, and it is in full effect. And when we get 3-stars, especially in a range of wars that are big wars, the woos come out in force. Next one is from, what is this? I'm Sonic. I don't know how you'd say that. I hate these names like that. I can't ever read them. Let's see. What state do you live in, or did you grow up in? I myself live in Alabama currently. Your accent just got me wondering. Also, have you thought of doing a face cam or face reveal? Hey man, I am an Arkansas boy, North Central Arkansas. Born and lived here my whole life basically. That's where you get the accent from. And as far as a face cam, no, I will never probably do. I'll never do a face cam. I find it distracting in a video. Takes away from the attacks. As far as a face reveal, I did that back on the 25,000 subscriber celebration. You being from Alabama, I don't think you'll find it offensive. So go check it out. Ronald Clune. I was having a discussion with my clan about the leader of Crystal Warrior. Oh god, I knew I'd have to address this one. Calling out the top modding clans and kind of mocking them, saying Crystal Warrior would not be hunted. Where do you stand with all of this going on? Do you think Tiger is in the wrong for calling out some of the top players, or do you think this is a message to Supercell itself and the Kashakan community saying modding clan is the only type of clan that can beat them? I would love to hear your thoughts on this, as you recently had a war with Crystal Warrior and strongly stand against modders. Yes, we do. Nothing has changed. Someone linked some of his videos, and I did watch parts of them, and I know he did address us and say, oh, we turn a blind eye to it. That's insane. Nobody in the Clash of Clans community, nobody has been more outspoken and more against modding than One Hive. And that's not changed. We don't like it. We don't support modding. We don't allow modding. We never will. That will never change at One Hive. If it does, I won't be there. And that would be about 90% of the clan, or 99, 100%. I don't know. There's always that closet modder that people say we have. I don't know if we have a closet modder or not. All I know is if we find out about it, they'll be gone. Now, in reference to Tiger and his latest escapades, it's sad. It really is. Crystal Warrior at one time was a decent clan. They really were. They were, we went up against them and we did not have our best performance and we lost. But we should have won that war. And shortly after that war, most of his clan left. I mean, the guy was down to nothing. He just put out a YouTube video and brought in a bunch of clans. And right now they're struggling. They don't have a lot of good talent. Nothing against the guys that are there, but it's just the way it is. And he is doing nothing besides hurting his clan with every video he puts out. And I can't believe it's self-destruction mode. And I feel sorry for the guys that because what are they going to do? He's going to do what he's going to do. I feel sorry for him. I think that it's a shame, but he's really it's sort of a Molt 2.0, but times 10. I mean, he's bringing it on himself. He's bringing the hunts on himself, claiming that he planned it and all that crazy stuff, and just get waxed. It's insane. And then to preach like he does about fair play, that's insane too. We know for a fact, 100% fact, that he's had ringers come in and do attacks for them during the war with us and beg people to do it in other wars that he was getting hunted in. It's just, it's hypocritical. It's something, again, I think is a sad situation. I don't really want to say much more about it than that, besides I feel sorry for the guys that had to go through it. And I think most of them have left, so it is what it is, man. All right, here, this is a good transition. Master Player. One Hive, I'm your biggest fanboy. Can you please wear that sexy bee costume on camera so I can get a good wank in? And yeah, there you go. In return, I'll give you one of my prized deer so you can blanket jolly good in the blank with your Texas shotgun. I'm from Arkansas, man. Keep calm and keep showing Town Hall 8 and Rush Town Hall 10 3 stars. Master Player, you need to break those Adderalls in half or something. You are keyed up, man. I don't have a bee costume. I can't help you out there, but I will continue to show those Town Hall 8s and Rush Town Hall 10 3 stars. So hopefully you'll continue to enjoy them. I'm glad you're my biggest fanboy, though. That's pretty cool. All right, number 10. Let's see. Bennett Williams. Hey, Jake, this is a comment and a question. First, I'm going to college in 3 days. Cool. And to reduce time spent on YouTube, I unsubscribe from every Clash YouTuber except you. Thanks for the support, man. Appreciate it. I doubt that I am alone in this, so the fact that people attempt to hate on you baffles me. Well, you're going to get haters just like Master Player there. It just comes with the territory. My question is, since you don't have a lot of time for farming walls or heroes, what are your plans for Town Hall 10? Do you ever plan to move up or stay Town Hall 9 forever? Love the content, man. Yes, I will move up. I can't tell you. I mean, I don't know the date or anything like that. When I get maxed out, I'll move up. I might spend, I don't know, a few weeks, a few wars, something like that as a max Town Hall 9 just to enjoy it, reap the rewards of being a Town Hall, max Town Hall 9. But eventually I will move up to Town Hall 10. I do, in the back of my mind, sort of plan on upgrading my second account when that happens. I think I will miss Town Hall 9 warring. So I might be dual accounting at that point. I don't know. But eventually I will be at Town Hall 10. Stephen Macmillan. Jake, with the addition of the poison spell, is the art of the CC lure dead? Prior to the update, one had to be concerned with lower level troops and plan out the lure and kill. For those clans that still use lower level in the CC, poison takes care of them without effort. Even if a hound is in the CC, 2 arch and a healer can take care of it. Thoughts? Yeah, not dead, but I mean, it's not what it once was. Used to, every attack pretty much had a lure involved in it, and now you rarely see it. So it's just the game changes all the time, and if people can do something more efficiently, that's where everyone's going to go. And I think in most cases now, with the higher HP troops in the CC, it's more efficient to do it without a lure. So maybe that's just the way it's going to be for a while. The poison did obviously play a big factor in that as well. Zach Kirk. Why don't you want to be a full-time YouTuber? It's not that, and he's responding to something that we talked about in the last Coffee and Clash. It's not that I don't want to be a full-time YouTuber. It's just not practical. I don't make anywhere near enough money to support my family with YouTube, and it would be a long time till I did. And Clash of Clans, as I've said a million times, it has a shelf life. I don't know. Let's say it goes another 5 years. Well, I'm not that old. I'd be 40 years old. What am I going to do then? I'm not going to make that kind of money in the next 5 years. So I'm just not. I'm just being practical about it. There's no way this will ever be my full time gig. I don't think. David Lee. Hi, Jake. Quick question for Clash. How do you feel about Clash with Cam, who has over 500K subs, becoming vocal over 3-starring strategies on Town Hall 8 and 9s? Clash with Cam's also subscribed to you and uses a lot of your tutorial tips for his war videos. I think it's awesome. I really do. I wish more of the big YouTubers would do it. It is more fun. I don't know why they don't give it a try. I think they would like they obviously enjoy the game. Why not play it at the highest level that you can, that you're capable of? So I think that's awesome. More power to Clash with Cam. Mstraub. Considering war preparation, does one half plan out every single attack together, or only the ones that want to help with their attack strategy? Please elaborate and give examples of how you guys prepare for war. It's just a matter of whether well, I say that. On a tough war, like last war, we expect you to present a game plan. It doesn't mean that in every farming war you have to get on there and plan it out. We don't have to approve attacks and things like that. But it is a team effort when it comes to these tough wars. People put a lot of time into it, really help each other out, and it makes a big difference. So on a tough war or a tough base, definitely try it out. I think you'll have better success. All right, guys, that is it for this one. We are out of time, out of replays. Hope you enjoyed it. Again, leave me some questions for the next one. And until then, Jake from One Hive reminding you guys to suck less.